Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael, and this video is to discuss Donald Trump and his idea to ban all Muslims from the United States if he becomes president. There is only one major instance in which a country has banned an entire religion in recent memory. This was Germany in the 1940s. They banned the Jewish religion. It did not go well for anyone. To repeat that atrocity on a new religion in a new country is folly of the utmost. And I cannot stress enough that fighting a religion, an entire religion, based on a radicalized 1% of nutjobs is the most un-American, uneducated thing that has ever come out of a presidential candidate's mouth. And we all know what presidential candidates say. But to say, hey, let's ban an entire religion. I'm sorry, but banning Muslims would mean banning Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I believe Mike Tyson converted to Muslim, to the Islamic faith. What? You're going to ban American citizens from their country? The reason that we, comparatively speaking, have so few radicalized attacks is because most of the Muslims in this country are treated very, very well. They're Muslim, go about your day. Because we do have religious liberties in this country that are not afforded elsewhere in the world. Even in Europe, and Europe is a great place, but there are many countries in Europe that do have very harsh treatment of their Muslim youth. And for us as a country, as the United States, one of the wealthiest, most powerful countries in the world, to say, we are afraid, so we are going to ban anyone even remotely, possibly, maybe a shot in the dark related to this one group of crazy people, this group of terrorists, is absolutely beneath us as a nation. As a nation, we are capable of so much more. Now, I understand that people are afraid for their friends, their family, themselves. They don't want to be caught up in a terrorist attack. I have friends in the military. I don't want them to be in the Middle East getting shot at, getting bombed at. But I think that banning a religion is something that if we all just take a step back, put our fear on the table, say, yes, we are afraid, but we are looking at banning a religion, making a religion illegal, I think we will all come to the understanding that this is not the time to goose step and Sieg Heil. We are not Nazis. We are not Germany in the 40s. Germany now is not Germany of the 40s. Germany now is a very open, very welcoming place. It's a great place. It's wonderful. Their political leaders of the past made a horrible, horrible mistake. We as the United States should not let our current political system make the same mistake. If you take Donald Trump's statement, ban all Muslims until we can figure out what the hell is going on, and you put any other group of people in there, ban all blacks until we can figure out what the hell is going on, ban all whites until we can figure out what the hell is going on, ban all Jews until we can figure out what the hell is going on, it does not sit well with anyone except for narcissistic bigots. It is a bigoted statement. There is no way around it. It is a way to play on fear and nothing more. Many of the people who play on fear, who use fear as a tool for their own power, end up killing. millions of people when they get political power on the scale of a country. I am not here to condemn Donald Trump as a person, nor am I here to condemn anyone who supports him. I am here to simply condemn the idea of banning a religion that is not American. It is beneath us. We need to educate ourselves. It is up to the Muslim people to educate and help others understand them, that their religion is not about killing people, that the terrorist organizations of Al-Qaeda and ISIS and these things, these are the Muslim equivalent of Christian radical groups such as the KKK or the Westboro Baptist Crazies. Those are militant, psychotic Christian groups. The difference being they haven't blown up anything in a while. But if we remember to the American South a few decades ago, just a few decades ago, there were a number of Christian groups who were killing people. They still kill people, but in a much lower number. It's no less acceptable, but it's a much lower number. The thing is, when you take to banning a religion, when that is your go-to, you have already lost. You no longer have any moral authority or high ground. You have already lost. When you decide to ban a religion because of a radicalized group, you have turned everyone in that religion against you. You have sold yourself to fear. I will not just sit by and allow this country to fall to fear without saying something, without making this attempt to educate. The Quran does not call for blowing people up. The jihad spoken of in the Quran is, in fact, a war against the evil of oneself. It's not against the evil of the world, it's against the evil of oneself. The actions prescribed by the Quran when you see people committing blasphemy and sacrilege is not to go and kill them. It is to turn your back on them, to separate yourself from them until they change their actions, until they change their ways. It doesn't say confront them, it doesn't say harm them in any way. It says to remove yourself from them. There is one last thing that must be said. If you are to ban all Muslims, how are you to know? Is this going to be a racial profiling thing? Or is there some sort of lineage that you would do? This is an impossible task. People in this country especially convert to different religions all the time. I once worked with a young man. He was born Protestant. He converted to Orthodox Judaism because that's what he felt was right. I can sit here and go through a dozen different religious doctrines with you in this video. I have studied parts of the Quran, I have studied parts of the Christian Bible, I have studied parts of Buddhist manifestos, I have studied a dozen different religions. Which one am I? Are you going to kick me out of the country because I know something about the Quran? Or because I know something about the Talmud? Or because I know something about Buddhism? Does that automatically make me one of these religions? No. It means I've learned. If you take Donald Trump's statement and you put any other group of people in it, it is wrong. We know that. Absolutely. Putting the word Muslim in there does not make it right. It is still wrong in the absolute. United States. people of the United States, I ask you, do not give in to fear. Do not give in to grandstanding or hate-mongering. We have shown ourselves to be better than this. We have come from slavery and strife and suffering. We have become one of the wealthiest, one of the most powerful countries in the world. When Europe called on us in World War I and II, we answered. And we helped fight back a tide of hatred and bigotry and warmongering. And now a man stands in front of us claiming to be the best leader possible. And he brings to the table the same ideas of ethnic expulsion and religious criminality that have been some of the biggest wars, have been the causes of some of the biggest wars in recent memory. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the United States, do not allow this hatred and this fear to consume this great nation. Thank you.